Off in the distance in their free-roaming habitat, I see two of our spotted rescued residents, enjoying some tuna foraging. Looking forward to our lovely supporters coming and joining us to, soak in another wonderful day of living wild at heart and join Olivia and us for a live with some of the rescues at the Wildcat Sanctuary.
I know, and we're very excited for this group today, Judson. We were talking about this group. We haven't hung out with Bruno and friends in a while. I don't see Fiona, but
right.
She's somewhere around here.
Olivia spilled the beans. That is Bruno and Lloyd off in the distance, of course. This is a trio of rescued cats in this habitat. We cannot forget about the Miss Fiona, fearless Fiona, who likes to live on her. Really probably going to make an appearance on this live open as the two boys here, but nonetheless, we're going to hang out with these two, spend some time with Lloyd and Mr. Bruno. Hopefully we get a glimpse of Fiona, and certainly Lori Heath already talking and sharing some excitement as the Catio Town update went out today via our e-newsletter, and of course we were able to share on social media. So hearing your kind of first reactions to that, I'm looking forward to. But nonetheless, you can hear the hustle and bustle of the sanctuary in the background, Olivia. Caretakers are at work, doing what they do best, kicking butt for the cats, and happy to spend some time with these two.
I know, and the hustle and bustle of these two, seeking out some tuna enrichment. We have tuna scattered around the habitat right now, and then a pool as well.
They do have a pool with some treats dropped in there for them. Admittedly, Bruno and Fiona and caretakers are always doing a great job at kind of testing new enrichment with their cats. We know the tigers are swimmers, but that doesn't mean we still don't offer pools to cats that might not typically strike you as a swimming cat. Well, they might not be going in there and swimming, but they're going to be pawing around and treating it as enrichment. And the cats of Wildcat Pines, where we're located now, have been treated to some pools over the summer, and Bruno's group in particular was one that kind of had kind of the largest reaction to it and was most curious about it. So hoping that we get to see a little bit of that on today's live.
Yeah, I'd say that Bruno and Th are the two servals here at Sanctuary that probably enjoy those pool moments the most.
That's right. Thane was having a blast with his, wasn't he? A big hop
that
from
was
Mr.
So impressive, Bruno.
Bruno there. And Olivia, I'm looking at Bruno walking across his habitat here, and Bruno looks a little different than some of our other rescues. And maybe why don't you elaborate to some people who might be new to the sanctuary and wondering why Bruno only has 3 legs.
Yeah, Bruno's one of our tripod residents, as we like to say, and Bruno's story is actually quite similar to many other servals here at Sanctuary, but he was privately owned, or at least we suspect so. Bruno was found wandering in a Massachusetts neighborhood, and if you can draw any conclusions, you could guess that servals are not found in the United States. This is not a native wildcat species to the United States, so found wandering in a Massachusetts neighborhood, we could only guess that he was once kept as a pet and either escaped or released. And when he was found, he was captured, and it was discovered that he had a broken leg. And maybe that's due to trauma, perhaps a metabolic bone disease. It's hard to say, but Bruno's leg was amputated. That was the best case scenario for him. And I think as we saw here, Judson, he gets around just fine. He hops around, he moves around, he is a young serval, and he acts as such even with 3 legs. So it doesn't slow him down. A tragic start to his life, a very public start to his life even.
Yeah, public. I like how you phrased that.
Yeah, public start to his life. He made national headlines, and now he's living wild at heart at the Wildcat Sanctuary.
That's all right, Bruno, and you maybe was infamous at the start of his life, and now he's famous here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And admittedly, Bruno is really kind of the one with the biggest agenda here. He knows that there's been some different pockets of treats hidden around his habitat here, and you can see he's just peeling out. Lloyd kind of sauntering after him here, maybe not as on top of it as Bruno is. But
well, you know, Judson, you just said for Bruno, your kind of intro for Bruno was he doesn't look like the other cats in this habitat, but Lloyd doesn't look like the other cats in this habitat.
you know, yeah, that's funny. You're right, Olivia. I think that perhaps maybe could have been a better point to make. But well, how about this? I'm going to put you in the light again. What's the difference with Bruno versus Bruno and Lloyd?
Well, we have two very special boys here. So we just went over Bruno and why he has 3 legs, but Lloyd, you'll notice, looks a little different from Bruno.
I'm going to shift over just a little bit.
He is a different type of cat. Lloyd is a F2 Savannah cat, which is a hybrid mix between an African serval, which is what Bruno is, and a domestic cat. And Lloyd came to us, as many of our other hybrids do, as many of our other serval residents do. He was privately owned. His owner quickly realized that they could not care for him in the way that he needed to be cared for, and he came to us. And when Lloyd came to us, he did have some health issues, some things we had to get sorted out. But since then, we've kind of figured out Lloyd. Lloyd definitely has a big wildcat personality, even more so than some of our other Savannahs. And so after some time, we decided to try him with Bruno and Fiona here, who are full African servals, and Lloyd has fit in ever since. So it's nice to see him kind of put on his big boy pants, so to speak, and be the one hybrid here in Wildcat Pines.
That's right. I really kind of saying, like, this very simply, these two had play dates, or rather Fiona and Bruno had play dates with Lloyd, and kind of from there the rest is TWS history.
Yes.
Truthfully,
He's fit right in with this.
It really is wonderful, and not only fit in, but you know, we often use this word, but it's, you know, not to be overused, because frankly it's the truth. He's really blossomed.
Yes.
Lloyd walks up to me when I come and I'm taking photos. If we're doing a live like this, I wouldn't be surprised if he drops by. He seemingly appeared much more social than he was when he was living solitary, and that's a lot of the times what happens is when some of our cats are given the opportunity to find companionship here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, if they choose so. That means that it's another support system for them, and it typically opens up yet another door, the many doors that are opened up when our rescues are living wild at heart here, and it's just another cool dynamic that I always like acknowledging. And one of the fortunate things that we're able to do for our rescues, and what your support allows for our rescues, is a sense of companionship.
And I think also it kind of underscores the hybrid crisis, the small cat crisis, Lloyd's story, because these hybrids are caught between two worlds genetically. Like I said, Lloyd is a hybrid between a serval and a domestic cat, and so while some of our hybrids might favor people, they might enjoy people, Lloyd's genetics kind of turn the other direction. He wants to be more wild, and I think the other example here at Sanctuary of a hybrid really blossoming with wild companions would be Fargo. He also is a hybrid, and he's now living with Asian leopard cats, and I like to say that it's like they're literally speaking the same language. It's like Fargo found someone speaking the same language for the first time in his life, and I think Lloyd's very similar in that way.
Yeah, that's a great kind of comparison, Olivia, and even so, you know, let's keep on, you know, connecting the dots here. We're talking about tripod residents, and that we have Bruno, who's one of our tripod rescues. We have Claude the bobcat, and then we have one of our ALCs is tripod. Oh,
and we have another serval that's tripod, and we have a Bengal that's nearly tripod too. So we have quite the crew here now.
That's right. And just because they might have 3 legs doesn't mean that these guys are just going on and living their life as they are. For cats like Bruno, those other cats who are tripod, you know, certainly kind of encompass in the comfort care program that we were talking about last week for Tammy's birthday fundraiser, is that we're not going to be idle, and we're always going to be making sure and maintaining the health of these cats who are tripod, and ensuring that they're getting the types of things that they need to live as comfortably as possible. If it's extra mowing, if it's extra steps in the winter, if it's what have you, we're going to be standing up for them, and that's one of the special things that your support allows us.
And I have, the final connector, Judson, is I know there's lots of sponsor parents on here, obviously a lot of supporters, and that is what your support enables. All these little stories that we've just shared now, Judson, all this kind of dumping of Wildcat Sanctuary stories, you know, adjusting life to what they need, and that is made possible by your support.
Well, let's see if I can find these two handsome boys who have ran into the woods here. Olivia, we've been doing some chatting. We gotta get in.
We gotta say hello to the people.
We gotta get into the comments here. Looks like Bruno's settling down under his little fire hose bed here. So we'll zoom in on this spotted boy, and
that's Lloyd. Bruno is behind the tree. I don't see Fiona though. I'm still keeping my eyes peeled.
I haven't seen her either. She's perhaps might have gone along the back wall, and she likes her heated den back there, and the back edge of it I'll even see her and kind of sneak back behind, which is where I'm putting my money on it, at least. Let's say some I was about to say let's say hi to the folks, and then Lloyd just peels out and does a little zoomy for us there. But we'll resituate, we'll get a cat here, and we'll keep on saying hi to the folks. Faith Warner, of course, sharing links as we talk about Bruno, as we talk about Mr. Lloyd, as we talk about kind of the small cat crisis. Thank you for that, Faith. Looks like some people are having some trouble with badges, Facebook badges. It's never fun. But just to be clear, we are not in charge of the Facebook badges. It's a cool and a fun little thing that Facebook does and attributes it to you yourself. And I'm not able to, or rather the Wildcat Sanctuary is not able to have any power over that. So sorry about the badges. I know that is something that can be frustrating a lot of the times, those badges going up and down, left and right. So thanks for everyone's patience.
Lloyd is checking in with the pool. What do you think, Lloyd?
Marcy Sanborn will be trying to educate some Massachusetts.
Ooh.
That's pretty sweet, Marcy. Must be doing a little trip. Oh, great to hear. And as always, you know that the more what's happening to some of our rescues here, the faster we can help stop this place. That was a great hop from Lloyd.
Sweet.
And of course, Olivia, we move about 15 feet and the internet changes oh so slightly.
And the cats do too. Bruno is now up on that cave over there.
Yeah, of course. We'll zoom in on Mr. Bruno here. Still got to catch up on some comments. I have my sunglasses on, Olivia, and sometimes it can be a little hard.
And I'd help you, but I don't know if I'd be much more help with the sun glare right now.
Belinda Dissinger saying, hi, everyone. Hey, Belinda. Glad to have you with us. Jill Alquist saying, beautiful, cooler day for the cats. Not going to get into the 80s today, but topping out at around 76. Stayed sick in some good cat weather. Everybody's zooming here. You have Lloyd, I guess, maybe not so zoomy, hanging out under his tree here. Just looking through some few more comments here. Leanne Auditor, hey Leanne, hope all is well. Thanks for joining us on this live. Trevor Glaister saying, hello, gorgeous, beautiful babies. And a boatload of emojis. Thank you for that, Trevor. Jeremy, having some trouble hearing us? That's no fun, Jeremy. I will say, yeah, maybe headphones could be a good option, or who knows what. Debbie Sam saying happy Tuesday. Hey, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Glad to have you again. Let's see, Mr. Bruno. There's even more tuna hiding around here, and
that's what
I was also saying to myself is that I don't think this handsome guy realized that there's a pool in for him to enjoy. I'm going to hang up back here out of fear of the internet. Me just moving over about 5 feet there apparently makes a difference. Andrea Carlin saying, I'd be under the tree in the shade. Love seeing the updates on these gorgeous animals. Well, glad to have you, of course, Andrea. And isn't that right? You know, it's kind of fun how you can, you know, imagine yourself as one of our rescues here and how you would spend your day. And, You know, a lot of the times I look over at, you know, I'm up in the office and I look over at Edgar getting cozy on a chair, or, you know, there's,
so nice.
yeah, I mean, there's just a variety of those moments where if I could just transport into
cat body.
yeah, into that cat body of, you know, maybe it's Dash in his pool, or Thor under, or Lloyd rather under his tree there. There's just all those little moments that they're special.